What's up guys, James here. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be just doing a little front-end challenge. If you're new here, I like to share tips, tricks, tutorials, and occasional reaction videos. And I guess now sometimes we just do fun front-end challenges. So if you haven't heard of the website frontendmentor.io, it's a pretty cool website that just has a whole bunch of different front-end layouts and components and stuff that you can build, and they have various levels of difficulty. And I've never done it before, but you can like submit a solution. I don't even know what that means or what happens after you do that, but we're just going to pick one and try to build it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm going to try to build today. So I found this one, browser extension manager UI. Let's see if I can zoom in on this bad boy. Doesn't look too difficult. Okay, it's a little, goodness gracious, it's a little blurry when you're zoomed in like this, but this is what we're doing. Pretty simple, I think. It's just basically a grid of cards, and there's a little toggle switch there. We'll go ahead and maybe include this thing up here as well. And I don't know about this. What is this even? I thought it was a search bar at first, but I think it's just supposed to be like a light mode, dark mode switcher thingy or something. Maybe that's a settings icon. I don't know. But so here's how this works. Apparently, like I said, I've never done this before, but before this was here, there was a button that said start challenge, and I did that, and I downloaded the assets. So this is what we got. Oh boy, where is it? I do not like Windows File Manager. It's so terrible. It's so terrible. I mean, here's the zip, but I already, whatever. We're gonna extract it. Yeah, we'll extract it there again. Replace the files. Yeah, go ahead and replace whatever. Here it is. This is what we get. Let's see, we got an assets folder, images. Okay, so all the images that we need are right there. That's good. Got some fonts. Looks like Noto Sans. Just a couple fonts there. What's in here? More Noto Sans. Let's see, do I need to, yeah, I'll need to import these, right? Bold, medium, regular, and then also looks like italic and whatever variable font. I don't know how fonts work. Can I just import these? Does this count? Does this include the, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Anywho, what else do we have in here? We got the images, we got the fonts, we have preview. Okay. Same thing we're looking at basically on their website. There's no Figma file. You have to upgrade to their Pro plan to get that, but I don't need that. There's a README. What's in the README? What are they trying to tell me about? My users should be able to toggle extensions. Okay. Filter. I mean, we're probably not going to build all that. This is just going to be, that feels like more than just front end, doesn't it? Filtering. I guess that would all be, I mean, technically you could filter with just JavaScript. But if I was building this in WordPress based on like a custom post type or something, we would need more than just some JavaScript. So we're not going to worry about all that. We're just going to go for the layout. We want to make it look right. Deploying your project. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So I don't think we need the README. Style guide, that's interesting. That's, yeah, that's nice. So it gives us all of the colors that we'll need for this. There's gradients. Okay, cool. So we basically have everything that we need. And let's see. Where is there a gradient? It feels like, and maybe I just have terrible vision, but it feels like these cards are all just a solid color. I'm not seeing any gradients in here. These remove buttons, are they different color? I think they're different color than the background. I don't know. Honestly, it kind of looks like it's the same color as the background of the card. We'll figure these things out. I'm going to try something. You know me, I like to use AI a lot. I'm going to try something here. We don't need that. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to ask old Grok here, turn this style guide into CSS variables and use in my project. Turn my light on. Come on. I need a nice big glare on my glasses. There we go. I've been getting this a lot lately. This is annoying. I don't know what the deal is with Grok, but I've been getting that like almost 50% of the time. I feel like maybe even more. That's crazy. Anywho, here we go. Yeah. Let's copy this. All right. So how do I want to do this? I have this website that I use for random stuff. Let's use this. We're going to create a new page. We're going to call this Frontend Mentor. Publish. Oh yeah, that hurt. Let's go ahead and import our fonts real quick. If you've never done that, it's the one thing about full site editing that I actually like, is they do make it pretty easy to import fonts. So it's not something you can do with Etch yet. I think you can do it with automatic CSS, but I'm not using that. You can go to Styles, Typography, and click a button somewhere right here. Yeah. So I've already done this a couple times for other random stuff, but I'm going to click Upload, and then you can just grab the fonts. And I'm going to try to just do these. See if this gives us everything we need. Go to our library. We got Noto Sans. Okay, so we just have 100 and 900. And then we have italic. So I guess we do want to also grab these. I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, here we go. So we got normal, medium, bold, and then I don't even know the difference. Normal, isn't normal like 400 font weight? Medium's like 5, I don't know. We got our fonts. Noto Sans. All right. And then we can, whoops, I think we have to click this and click save. This part always confuses me. Let's get out of here. All right, we got fonts. Let's go ahead and also just dump in our images while we're here. We can do that in Etch. Let's go ahead and get into Etch. We're going to be editing this page that we created, Frontend Mentor. So let's go there. Let's go to Media and just upload all of our images all in one. I don't think we need the favicon. This should be everything we need. Okay. Yeah. Now, how badly do I want to do this like the right way? You know what I mean? Not that badly. I don't think I'm going to create a loop. Tempted to create a loop, but this is not a how to create loops in Etch video. This is a watch me struggle to create this front end design. So I don't think I'm definitely not going to create custom post type and all that stuff. I want to find my preview. Here's my preview. I think I'm just going to have it on my other screen. Sorry. I might bring it over once in a while so you guys can see it, but I don't think I have enough screen real estate to have it showing on the same screen as my project. So let's drop in a section. All right, how do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? Should this whole thing just be a section? I don't think we want to give this its own section, right? Probably just a div within this whole section. That's what I'm thinking. So right off the bat, I think we need 3 divs. One to put all this stuff in, one to put all this stuff in, and then one to put this grid in. That's what I'm thinking. And I don't even know what this is called. Like I said, I really think that's just a light mode, dark mode button. And then these are supposed to be filters, of course. So yeah, let's start with 3 divs. Boom, boom, boom. First div is going to have the icon in it. So we'll drop an image, and then it has the word extensions, and then it has another image. Our second div has text, and then it has 3 buttons. So I think we'll make those links for now, even though we're going to turn them into buttons. And then our third div is where we're going to have our cards. And for now, I'm just going to create 1 card, and then we're going to duplicate it. So let's add a div in there. Just card. Inside there, if you want to see what I'm thinking, so this is our card. I'm thinking 2 divs, 1 div for this stuff on top, 1 div for this stuff on bottom. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so div. First div, we have an image, and then we have a little heading, and then we have some text. In the second div, we have a little button, and then we have a little checkbox, which doesn't matter what I add right now because I'm just going to replace it completely. So we'll just call it a paragraph for now. It's not going to be a paragraph, but all right. Let's name some crap. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. All right. This first div, I'm going to say dark mode. That's just what I'm going to call it. This looks like it's kind of a logo. Call it logo, text, whatever. This is a mode switcher. And we got this is we're gonna call this the filter bar. Just filters maybe. Inside there we have text, and then we have the all button, the active button, and inactive button. Then in here we have a card. I don't know, header, footer, I don't know what to call that, icon, heading's fine, text is fine, I don't care. We'll call this remove, and we'll call this, all right, you know what, let's just go ahead and grab, I cheated, I kind of tested this out earlier. We're going to grab this. Okay, where is my... Here it is. Here we go. And we're going to call this toggle. All right, let's try this. This section is Frontend Mentor section, whatever. Create, bam. All right. Beautiful. Look at this layout. Oh, look, it's already working because I already added these styles earlier off camera to test this, but we are going to have to modify that because that's too big and chunky. But anywho, let's remind ourselves of what we're doing. We're doing this. So we're going to work on this guy real quick. I'm going to grab my variables that we created right here. Yeah, right here. Go over here to our style manager, variables. Already got some from before. Hopefully none of them conflict. Nope, none of them are going to conflict. Problem is I don't know which colors are what. See if Grok can just show me what these colors are. Yeah, that's definitely not correct. We should have a couple different blue gray colors and a reddish color. Huh. Not sure. Nope, it's not working. Oh well. Oh well, we'll just have to figure it out. Let's see, what do we got? We got a bunch of neutrals. And their style guide, I don't think helped to make it clear. Gosh, where? So dumb. Dude, I extracted this folder into this same folder. Where is it? You know, like where is it? It's allegedly sorting by when it was created. It's just dumb. Guess it's in my recents, that helps. Yeah, style guide. I don't think this gave me any sort of clue. Oh, at least, okay. At least the style guide has that. Okay, this should help a little bit. So it looks like this is our, what is this? It's a very dark blue. I think this is our background, right? I think, whoops, wrong thing. I think this blue background here is this color. And then it could be that color. Oh, is that where there's a gradient? The background is a gradient. Okay, I wondered. Yeah, we have a little darker blue up here, a little lighter blue down here. That's where the gradient is. Okay. So that at least solves that. These two colors are what we'll use for the background. Which of these reds is the button? I'm kind of thinking that middle one, red 500, is this button right here. I'm thinking it's that. And is it the same as this? I don't know. This is an image. I think they just gave me that image, so If it was an SVG, I'd have to worry about the color. Oh, and then we have these switches, is also kind of a reddish color. I think that might be, yeah, we'll figure this out. And then there's a whole bunch of these. Our headings are white. Our toggle switch buttons are white. And then our text is kind of a gray color, one of these probably. I feel like they gave me more colors than what I'm about to use. But let's get this out of here. Let's get that out of here. I'm going to keep, yeah. So, actually want to bring the style guide up on my other screen. I'm going to bring this over here. Okay, what were we doing? We're going to do that top bar, and the background is, you know what? I'm going to cheat. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if this works. How does this work? We click on this. We click on, what do I want? I want that. So this is saying it's 1F2535. Do I have a color like that? Nope, they're all HSL colors. So okay, here we go. I got 224 by 42 by 21. I think that's pretty close to, it doesn't match any of my colors exactly, but I think it's pretty close to 224, 42, oh wait, HSL, and then 15. 42? Yeah, I think it's, we're going to go with neutral 800 for that. So, dark mode, this div is, let's say, background color, bar is, neutral 800. So yeah, just neutral dash 800. Okay, makes sense. Neutral 800 tab. All right. Easy peasy. We probably want it to be display flex. And I think if we do, well, we also have to do flex direction row. It's probably already flex because it's a flex div. Derp. And then, but we want to do justify content. Flex start, I think. And then we can go, let's do, let's wrap this in a div real quick. Call it a figure. And we'll give it, we'll actually give that this class right here. And I'm going to say, I don't know the exact width, but we're going to say 75 pixels. And the aspect ratio is not working. Do I not know how aspect ratio works? Okay. I guess I'll just do height 75 pixels. Oh, because the image. The image needs an aspect ratio, not the figure. So if I do image aspect ratio 1. Nope, that's also not doing it. I think typically Kevin does height 100%, width 100% on the image, and then just Controls. Yeah, that is not. It's because of flex, isn't it? It's because of flex is always screwing everything up, dude. All right. I guess I'll just do height, 75 pixels. And for some reason, the image is still not. Okay, there we go. That was harder than it had to be. It's also probably still too big, but whatever. Let's go ahead and just find that image. Maybe that'll help. Oh, they did. The whole thing is an image with the word extensions? Okay. Okay. Well, that changes everything. That changes everything. I thought this was text, so that means I can get rid of this text. Bada bing, bada boom. Why is my background color not working? Probably because I don't know how to spell neutral. Oh. That's probably why. There it is. All right. But that's not the right back. Oh. Yeah. I just realized in their preview they have the dark mode and the light mode options. So that makes me wonder why I didn't see two versions of this image. Oh, it isn't. Well, interesting. They didn't give me this version where the text is white. They just gave me this version where the text is dark. Can I open SVGs with this? No, not icons. Yeah. Oh, because they're SVGs, so I don't get a preview. All right, what was it called? It's called just logo.svg. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work. All right, what if we tried Affinity Designer? I don't think you're supposed to have to do this normally. They're supposed to give you all the assets, and they only gave me one. File open. Logo.svg. This looks better. White. Easy peasy. That's fine. It can be a PNG now. I don't care. Export. Export. Here we go. All right. That is better. I don't think this blue is the right blue. All right, and then this needs to be that little sun icon. And it also needs to have a little background. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's give it the background of neutral 200. Oops, we can close that now. And I don't know if it's good practice to try to style the figure So I think maybe I want to wrap this in a div. And yeah. Yep. Probably just copy this. And we're going to give it a background color of, what did I say? We're going to try neutral 200. See what that looks like. That is incorrect. Let's see. We have 300. Maybe it's not even a 700. Could be correct. This is, what if we made, yeah, that looks more correct for that. And then this, maybe. Let's see here. Best way to do this. I say height 100%. That's odd. That is odd to me. All right. I mean, that's something. And then we want this one. I think we can just say align self flex end. Nope. Justify self flex end. Of course that didn't work. What about margin left auto? I guess that works. Not sure why this didn't work though. Because if I change this to flex end, yeah, that's working. Huh. So I can't make everything flex start and then just grab one thing inside of it and say make this one flex end. I just have to do the margin. All right, whatever. I do want to say align items center. Why is that not working? Oh, is it because this figure has a height? That's right, don't need that. Okay, in dark mode, we'll say padding 10 pixels. That actually looks, this is all too big. So I think if we make this, no, that's too big. I think it's hard to tell because preview, you know, it's like how big is this preview? You know, if we make it take up like the full page, like would this take up the full page if this is a real website like this? And then how fat is that? Does that look about right? I think maybe that looks about right. And I made it 50. What if I take that out? I think that might look okay. Border radius 10 pixels. Nope, not on the container. Dum-dum. On dark mode. I think their radius is a little bigger than that, actually. 15. Looks close. Now, why is my padding over here? Hello? Okay, that was weird. All right, what do we got going on here? I think this is weird flex stuff. Or maybe this is... Oh, I think Kevin talked about this. This is Doodooberg. It likes to add random margins to figures. So, you know what I'm actually going to do? Since I can do this now. Okay. Now, I seem to have... Okay. So if you zoom in on this, you'll see that there's just some space above and below that image. And I don't know where that's coming from because it's not padding or margin. Is it just because this figure is taller than that, so it's creating that extra space? Probably. But I need, what's the best way to shrink this down? Because it's too big. It's too big on its own. If I just dump it in there. Oh, didn't I thought I gave it a height earlier. Did I not give it a height? Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so this image is just taller than that image. So that's where that extra space is coming from. So the best way to handle that is, oh, let's see, height 100% on that. How about this? It's crazy to me how height 100% just oftentimes does not do like what you would expect. If this and this are siblings, they're in the same parent and they both have height of 100%, would they not be the same height? Would you not expect that? Is height 100% not supposed to be 100% of whatever container it's in? Does this have to have a specified height for that to work? Maybe it does. Huh. But even then, it doesn't seem... Oh yeah, so the figure has 100% height. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so the best way to get these to be the exact same height is what? It wouldn't be... But if I do that... Yeah. And it doesn't even grow vertically, so it's still not as tall vertically as that. That just fills the space. Huh. $30. Is that really the only way? Like, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Plus, it doesn't work. Oh, I never. So probably need to give it height of 100%. Yeah. Okay. And then this border radius, I mean, theirs doesn't look that good either, honestly. I don't think they did a great job of matching that up. But I'm going to try a little bit. What's my border radius? Let's say 10. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. 5. And then maybe this one instead of 15. I tried 10 already. I think I'm going to go with 10. I think that just looks better than theirs. Yeah, I think that looks better. Still not 100% sure I've got these colors right. But honestly, I don't care. If this was real, then I would have a Figma file, right? I'm not paying extra just for that. If this is real, I would have a Figma file and I would know exactly what's going on. This color's not right either. Looks like they had a different color on that as well. So yeah, not going to stress about that stuff. You guys probably don't care. If I had a real Figma file, I would know exactly what color everything was. I wouldn't be having to guess. All right, next section. That would be this section. What do we have? We have text, which says extensions list. And then I'm going to actually wrap these buttons in a div because I need to do a little, well, actually, if I just say flex direction row, and then on this one, I say margin inline start auto. There we go. I don't need to put these in their own div just to get them looking like that. Now if I was using a framework, I would have a button variable, and I would just give it a class of button, and it would look a certain way. I want to give all these a shared class, though. I'm going to say Frontend Mentor button. Fem button. Anybody think of the fembots from Austin Powers just now? All right, so all these buttons are going to need a padding of, I don't know, 1 rem, 2 rem. Let's give it a background so we can see what we're doing. Yep, definitely way too big, so 0.5 rem, 0.2 rem, 0.4 rem, 2.4 rem. No, 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 no. Maybe? Is it? Should I just give it 1? Just no, that's not. No. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. It would help if I had the right content. All, yeah, that looks pretty close. Active and what's this? Inactive. These have, what color is that? Ugh, here we go again with trying to guess the colors. Oh, dang it. Let's see here. Is it that gray? I'm going to say neutral 600. We're going to try that. That does not. Oh, I don't have my fonts. I'm not even using my fonts yet, so that won't. I mean, looks like they have a little bit of a border outline, but I'm not sure. Well, let's get the background color working, because then it will look better. What are we trying to do? Oh, that's right. This is a gradient. I never remember how to do gradients. Let me guess, I can't do it. Yep, click retry. That is weird, man, every time. It works, it's just every time I have to click retry. Yes, hurry up. I don't need you to write a novel first. I just need you to give me one line of CSS, bro. One line of CSS. Nope, already got that. Oh, it created a variable just for Interesting. I don't think I want to go that far. Interesting. Let's say background is that. Okay, what's going on there? Okay. What's going on there is the AI bot screwed up. Unless Oh, I'm an idiot. It already gave me the gradient. Oh, dumb. Oh. Dumb. It helps to read all the words. Yeah, just use dark gradient. I mean, I can probably figure it out now, actually, since I already got this background linear gradient. I just need to use... I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more complicated than that. It's not. I almost never do gradients. That's why I don't remember how. This needs to be color white. Actually, we have variables for that. Let's do color neutral 0. All right, now, is that the right color? I don't think so. Neutral 700? That does look closer. Is it the same color as the thing on top? I don't think it is, honestly. Let's see, we got 1F2535. Yeah, it's different colors. And this one is darker. So whatever I'm using here, 700. I already forgot which one's darker. The top one is darker. So if this is 700, then on these buttons, I'm going to try 600, which is what I was already using, isn't it? Yeah. Nothing in this image is italic. So glad I imported the italic version. I'm going to, I think, yeah, I'm just going to put it here. Font family, Noto Sans, right? And it automatically is making it italic. Why? Yeah, it's not doing that on the front end. That just seems like a little etch bug. All right. That's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. That's gonna just mess with me this whole time now. Font weight. What if I just take that out? Yeah, that looks a lot closer to the design. I do think I need a smidgen more padding on these bad boys. I'm gonna say 0.3 up there. And then this one needs to be a background color of some red. Let's say, I'm going to just start with the big one. Red 500. Is that not what it's called? Okay, that is not what it's called. What is it called? Help me out here. It is Red 500. Am I blind? Oh, it's not overwriting. So why does this have, dadgummit. What if I do this? And dot fem button. Or should I do it? Should I do it here? Yeah. All right. And then the color is some kind of dark blue thing. I'm going to say 900. Don't ask what I just did. My brain just gave up. All right. That's actually looking pretty good, I think, y'all. The white ones look good, but somehow that black one looks like it needs to be a little thicker. I don't even have a font weight. I thought I had a font weight earlier. Oh, I did, and I didn't like it. 300? 400? I don't even know. I don't know, man. Where's my font weight? Why is it not? Oh, it's just the one. Duh. Okay. 500 looks better. 600. I think I'm gonna go with 600 for that one. Oh, that's probably why it wasn't working. Okay. I think that's a little more readable. And I still don't think that's the right color though. For those little buttons. Oh well, like I said, I'm not going to stress a ton on the colors. I do want to give maybe just this section. A little bit of padding there. Okay. Failed to save. Why? Why, bro? Did it randomly log me out? Jeez Louise. Just how does that make sense? Who's doing that? WordPress, the browser? Like, I'm literally just in there working, saving, and then it just decides to log me out of the website for no reason at all. Somebody make that make sense for me. Anywho, this italic thing is still weird, but whatever. All right, we got our flex div. We're going to call grid. Okay. Our card. That drives me nuts. Background color neutral. What if 700 and then this one should be 800? Yeah. That looks better. And then these need some kind of border, 1 pixel solid white for now. I don't think that's if that's a border, it's less than a pixel. Like, it's just such a subtle little, is it a box or is it a shadow? Can you even do? All right, I think it must be a box shadow. don't think this one has a box shadow. Did that work? I'm not sure that worked. No, because, you dummy, you have to put it down here. I think that looks pretty close to what they're doing. This needs to be bigger. Extensions, should that be a heading? I don't know. Probably should be a heading. We'll make it the H1 since that's the whole point of this thing is a list of extensions. Is that big enough? Yeah, it's big enough. Here's what we got so far, y'all. It's looking pretty decent. What happened there? I thought I improved that a little bit. Padding 0.3. 0.3. No. Oh, because I increased the font size. So it's based on font size, right? Or no? Guess what we're gonna do? What is this? What? Is it because it's because of flex? I hate flex sometimes, dude. It does too much. Like literally all I want it to do is just arrange things vertically or horizontally, but it does too much. And it makes things stretch that I don't want to stretch. I need to say, I don't think that helps. God, that's so annoying. I don't know how to fix that. I'd have to Google it. These look okay though right now. Even though this padding block basically has no effect. Yeah, that's annoying. Let's do 10, 20. Maybe at the end I'll try to Google that. For now, I don't care. Card. Our card has a background of some kind of color. Neutral. 900, I don't know. This icon, we're gonna say, I'm gonna wrap that in a div. Figure. It's too bad wrap in figure isn't a thing. That'd be helpful. This one's a square. Okay. This card is not the right background color. Where's my list of colors? It seems like it has almost no blue in it at all. It's one of these gray colors. Let's try 700. That looks closer. That border did not seem to take. Border 1 pixel. Okay, why did I not get an autocomplete there? Thank you. Yeah, that's not right. Let's see, if I did 700, then let's do 600. That looks a little better. Neutral 500 doesn't exist. All right, we'll go back to 600 then, because the next one that exists would be 300. Yeah, that's too bright. Too bright. So let's do 600. We need a padding in there of, rem's kind of my go-to. And then we have a header and a footer, so we need this to be flex direction column, which actually it already is by default. We need the header to be, oh, actually we need to put these in a div. What is this called? The header content. So header needs to be flex direction row. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. No, where am I? Header content, heading. Neutral 0. And then this text is more like when did I put, oh, it's the same. Interesting. All right. This text needs to be like neutral 100? No. 300? Yeah. Except I just think I still don't have my card color right. 800? Ooh, that looks better. That looks better. I'll let you guys take another gander here. I'm not getting these borders right. I don't know if they're doing a border. I think it's some other, I don't know if it's shadow with a gradient. I've seen people do some weird fancy stuff for borders that feels unnecessary to me. What if I keep that at 600? Yeah, that actually looks better. Oh yeah, it looks a lot like what we got going on over here. This heading, it's too big. It should be an H2, but why does it have the same? No, this should not be the same class. Front intersection card heading. I don't fully understand how to use BEM yet. Looks pretty close. Yeah. Yeah. It's looking good, y'all. This bad boy, however, what do we got? We got a height of 34 and a width of 60. Let's drop this down to 17 pixels and watch as nothing happens. Width of the switch track. Yeah. I've never styled one of these before. What else do we got? The span, border radius. This is why this should be all variables and stuff. What's this? Height of the thumb. I'm just trying to cut everything down by half. I think that's probably a problem. Right? Okay, so clearly just cutting everything in half did not work. Let me guess. Because it's flex. Oh, okay, it actually kind of worked. It kind of worked. What do we need to... Probably this guy. This guy. Oh, I didn't cut these down. What? Yep, that helped that. I also think I need to put the border radius back up to 50% because that just makes it a circle. Okay, yep, we got this. So that was down here on this guy. Yep. I'm gonna bump this back up to 50 and make these 2. For some reason, it's completely broken in the builder, but on the front end, it looks beautiful. We just need to change these colors to the same, I think, red as this. I think. Do not quote me on this. Slider. Focus. Checked. Background color. That's what we want to change, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. And then the background color of it unchecked is, I'm going to say it's the same as this button. Is that the right thing? Ooh, that did not seem to be the right thing. What am I trying to change the background color of? Just slider. Oh. Okay. Yep. Not quite. Not quite. It's too dark. So let's go. Forget what exists. Does 600 exist? Yeah. There we go. There we go. You guys think that looks okay? Looks pretty darn close to that. Pretty darn close to that. I think it looks okay. I think it looks fantastic. All right. Dev lens. Quickly inspect page layouts and visualize element boundaries. Yeah, do those things. Down here we got a button. All right, so footer needs to be flex direction row. Space between. This bad boy. I think I'm gonna give it the class. No. Nope. We're gonna give it a class of remove button. Wouldn't do this on a real project because there's probably other buttons that would be the same size as this, so I'd create some kind of variable. Don't care. Padding. Oh, is this gonna piss me off again because of flex? Just see what happens. There doesn't seem to be a background. Border 1 pixel solid neutral 600. I don't know. Border radius. Ooh. Better. Let's see, what's my gap like here? Do I even have a gap? No, we should add a gap instead of doing dumb margins or whatever. Okay. That honestly looks pretty decent. Let's get a real image in here. Let's do this green one. And then let's say oh, we can do something weird. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah. I want to say first, let's start by saying let's say Yeah, this looks pretty gross. Oh, it's a container. I didn't want to do a container query. I mean, I probably should. Can I just do media? Yeah, media query is what I wanted. There we go. All right. And then 2, and then should I just do, look at that. Flex. This is why I hate Flex. Hate it, hate it, hate it. And I know there's a simple way to fix that. I just never remember what it is. Where does this start to look super gross? These images are not doing what I want them to do. Figure is supposed to be width. I've seen that fix it before. Nope. Well, let's make sure, because there's been a few other things that didn't look right. Yeah, it's not working. That is not working there. But why? Why? Oh. Let's see here. Hey. Okay. And then I want to say this is oh, come on, how did I do this? I forget it because I feel like it doesn't make sense. Oh, it's wish I could remember that. It's not, I feel like it's not obvious or intuitive. White space, yeah. Never remember that. Right? Oh. All right. All right. It's looking good so far. I'll probably change the size of that on mobile, I think. Make it use, I'd probably use clamp. These cards look okay. It's not switching soon enough. I think we need to make it go to 2 columns, probably right about here. We're just doing that. Less than or equal to 840. And then when do we want to go to 1 column? So boom, 2 columns. I like that. And then probably, yeah, right about, let's say 568. 568. actually, so this isn't necessary. If we instead, so this is saying if it gets less than 840, go to 2. What we should be saying is once it hits greater than 240, go to 3. If it gets any greater than 568, that's when we go to 2, and then the default is 1. I think. Nope. Ooh, did I go backwards? Yeah, I think I went backwards. Let's try this again. When do we want 3? Width greater than, I don't know why it says rem. I don't know what that means. Just fancy stuff that Kevin knows that I don't. 846 pixels, then it should be 3. Oh, it's because of this. All right. That's still not working, but it's going down to 1, and then 2, and then it should, when it gets to 843, it's supposed to go to 3 columns. This couldn't possibly matter, right? Like, it doesn't have to be in the right order. Please tell me it does. My gosh. Okay. Okay. There we go. You learn something new every day. When you're the worst web developer in the world, you're constantly learning crap. All right. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of feel like this is good enough for the purposes of this video. If this was a client project, I would want to make sure everything was exactly perfect. But I think for the purposes of this video, we have accomplished our goal. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you think I'm lazy and I should be doing a better job. I noticed there's a couple things. If I was trying to make this pixel perfect, obviously I'd need to edit this image. They didn't give me this image. They only gave me this image up here. So I had to modify it, and I've changed the color to white, but I should have changed this also because that's a different color than that. Their little icon is smaller than mine, but I think I like mine bigger like that. You see what I'm saying? Like they have more padding in here in a smaller icon. I think I like mine better. I can't tell what this is. I thought it was a settings gear icon at first. Otherwise, we got the fonts. It's just one font. That was easy. Some of my colors probably aren't perfect. But, and of course I didn't make unique cards. I just duplicated the same card over and over. But yeah, I don't know. I personally am happy with that. I'm going to call that good. I hope that you maybe learned a little something in there. Well, I know that several people have told me they like to watch me struggle. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me struggle a little bit there, especially with Flex. One of these days, I really got to learn Flex a little bit better. There's just things that I don't fully understand. And I think Flex Shrink and Flex Grow can help, but those don't always solve my issues. So, and maybe I should use Grid more often too. Maybe, I don't know if Grid has the same issues as Flex where it just makes things expand for no reason. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.